So you're new to Genshin, you're doing some 10 pulls on the current banner, and while you don't get a 5-star, you do get 4-star Ningguang. Now, what do you get with Ningguang besides Beto's special chess friend? Well, Ningguang is a catalyst-wielding Geo user who was done dirty by not making her a 5-star. The Archon quest, the Leeway Archon quest, the cutscene, she should have been a 5-star, and we all know it. Now, in this video, we're going to look at the basics of Ningguang, how her kit works, how her playstyle works, and to start off, we're going to look at the current build of the current Ningguang that we are using in this video. My Ningguang is level 80 out of 80 with 1300 attack, 44 EM, that's not such a big thing, 16,000 HP, split of 55.7 over 150.3, 135 ER. For weapon, she is running a level 70 R1 Solar Pearl, which we'll talk more about later in the video. For artifact, she is running a 4-piece Nighttime Whispers. This is the set on Navia during Navia's video. Constellation, she is C6, and for talents, 799. Now, real quick, we're going to look at her passives. Her first one, when she is in possession of Star Jades, which we'll talk about, her charge attack does not consume stamina, which is really good because you use her charge attack. Her second one, a character that passes through Jade Screen, which is her skill, will gain 12% Geo damage bonus. So this is going to be really good, not only for her, but for other characters in your party that are Geo. And because it is a 4-star, we are going to look at her constellations. C1, when a normal attack hits, it deals AoE damage. So you're going to be seeing some AoE damage during her stuff. When the C2, when the Jade Screen shatters, its cooldown will reset. It can happen every 6 seconds. Number 3 is going to increase the level of her burst. Number 4, it increases, your Jade Screen increases nearby characters' elemental resistance by 10%, so a really good defensive constellation. Number 5 is going to increase the level of her skill. Number 6 is where she really starts to come into being able to do a lot of damage on field. When Star Shatter is used, which is her burst, Ningy will gain 7 Star Jades, and we're going to point that out whenever it happens. So now let's go look at how her playstyle works. So with her being a catalyst user, her normal attacks are going to be Geo infused always. We're not talking about with shenanigans as far as things like Eye of Perception goes, right? This is going to be a normal one. We're not talking about shenanigans. They're going to be Geo. Whenever you do a normal attack, you're going to get these little Geo circle thingies, Geo rocks floating around Ningguang in a circle. Those are going to be the Star Jades. The more of these that she has, the more damage and the more enemies that her charged attacks will do. So you do want to make sure that you're weaving some normal attacks in before using her charged attack, so that way she is going to hit more enemies and do more damage. Her charged attack is going to fire a larger Geo stone, using up the Star Jades. Now her skill. She is going to summon a Geo screen that is going to do Geo damage. It is also going to block projectiles based on her max HP. So that enemy in the background that is shooting those cryo things at us, the Jade screen is going to stop it. If we walk through the Jade screen, then you're going to notice that Ningguang is going to have these arrows going up. That is because of that passive where any character that walks through gets a 12% Geo damage bonus, so she can give it to herself. If the Jade screen breaks through either an enemy destroying it or through something to do with her burst, which we'll talk about that in a second, because of that constellation, you're going to see that her skill is going to reset, and is going to reset once every 6 seconds, meaning that we can always have a Jade screen up, but that means that we're just going to increase her personal damage because we do get a fair good amount of damage from her Jade screen. Now her burst, and her burst is going to basically do a really big Geo hit. Is going to hit multiple enemies or one enemy multiple times, and is going to do a fair good amount of damage. Each one of these rocks can crit, so you can quickly see the damage stack up. Now, once we have used her burst, you're going to notice she has a lot of Star Jades around her. That is because of her C6, so we can immediately follow that up with a charge attack, and he's going to do a lot of damage. If we have Jade Screen on the field when we use her burst, it becomes another tower to do more Geo damage. So you're going to see nearly twice as many of these Geo rocks going to hit the enemy. So you can use her skill, use her burst to break the screen, turning it into more Geo hits. Then you are going to use your charged attack at C6 to follow it up with another instance of a ton of Geo damage. Then you can put her skill right back up because it resets whenever it breaks, and her burst breaks it. So doing this method, you can have a lot of Geo damage going out. And you see there are times where she is dealing like 23k, right? Which is crazy, especially because my Ningguang isn't built like super good. That's still a crazy amount of damage for her to be hitting right now. Now, something else with the Jade Screen, that Geo damage bonus will also work with your other characters. So like if we let Chiori pass through it, Chiori will be getting a Geo damage bonus as well. Now we're going to look at an artifact set. Beginner artifact sets I'm going to say 4-piece martial artist because it is going to increase your normal charge attack damage, which Ningguang is going to be using a lot of, as you can see. But then if we use our skill, the 4-piece gets it up even further. So it's going to be a really, really good set for her. For the main stats, we're going to do attack percent on the sands, geo on the goblet, and crit rate or crit damage on a circlet, depending on what you need more of. While Jade Screen does scale with her HP, Ningguang's damage scales with her attack. So we aren't super worried about Jade Screen actually blocking the ranged attacks. We're more worried about the damage that it does and getting the ability to walk through it and gain the geo damage, right? Now, for weapons, Solar Pearl is going to be a really, really good option for her. This is a Battle Pass weapon, but that does mean that if you pay for the Battle Pass, you can get this weapon as super, super early. It's going to get up crit rate, which is really good. Normal attacks are going to increase skill and burst damage. Skill and burst is going to increase normal attack damage. So because you use all 3 of these in very quick succession, you can very quickly get all of these bonuses for Ningguang to do more damage. If you don't have Solar Pearl, then you do have Widzith, which is going to be really, really good. It gets up crit damage, but you can only really use 2 of the 3 bonuses from Widzith. If you get EM, yes, it will make your Crystallized Shield stronger, but that's not what we want Ningguang for, right? We don't want to invest EM into Ningguang. She can use elemental damage and she can use the attack, but if you roll unlucky, you're unlucky. Of course, you do have Mappa Mara, which is a craftable weapon. It does get up EM, but the passive is good. Triggering an elemental reaction grants an 8% elemental damage bonus. It can happen up to 2 times. Because this is a craftable weapon, we can get this up pretty high on refinement, relatively easy, and she is going to be able to use that more than the elemental mastery itself. Of course, if you did the event with Ballad of the Boundless Blue, you can use that. It's going to get up her energy recharge, so she's using her burst more often, but you don't need a ton of energy recharge on Ningguang. But the passive is also going to be good because it affects her normal and her charge attacks, which, as you can see, we are doing a lot of. That one is an event weapon, though, so if you miss that event, you just can't get it anymore. So the thing with Ningguang is we're going to talk much more about teams in her Artifact Grinding Hell video, which will be tomorrow, but using Ningguang as an on-field damage dealer can actually be really, really good, especially with like Farina and Benny, which I know I talk about them in a lot of videos, but they pair together super, super well. And for your last pick, you can use Navia. I really like using Chiori, so I have off-field damage dealer, allowing Ningguang to be my on-field damage dealer. But in the next video, we're going to talk about her synergy with Navia, to where they're both very much, you bring them on, do the damage, take them off. Bring them on, do the damage, take them off. And you're constantly kind of rotating between the 2 of them. And Ningguang also allows for a lot of Geoshard creations to help Navia. So you don't have to invest as much ER into Navia. So we are going to talk about that in the next video. Now that is going to be it for this video. So if you have any questions, you be sure to leave it down in the comments. Myself or somebody else will be sure to answer it, and I'll see you in the next one.